Good morning, everyone. It's Liz Mulheron with your daily guidance from Mother Mary and the Mary Queen of Angel cards. And today is the 9th of April and the last day for homeschooling for a lot of families. But it was a full moon the 7th and 8th. And so we in Sydney didn't get to see it last night, well, where I was in Sydney, because it was very cloudy and overcast. But the full moon does bring up a lot of stuff, and the energy of the moon lasts 3 days before and 3 days after. So you may find today that you may feel a little bit flat. People may be a little bit upset or angry over things that they normally wouldn't. So that's the energy that's just flowing. So it's the emotions with the full moon, it's the emotions that come up, and it's our role to acknowledge the emotions, good or bad, and then let them go. But not everyone knows that and understands that, which is fine. But it's just when you are aware of it, you really tune into things. And you may have someone at work or one of your family members that all around the full moon, they're not as logical as they normally are, or they're a bit more emotional than they normally are. So it's just understanding that. And especially as a boss and a leader, if you can see that happening around your office and around your staff, and even when now that you're interacting a lot by Zoom, is acknowledging that, but maybe changing things up a little bit to make it around the full moon. You don't have your heavy meetings. You don't have your hard conversations around a full moon. Having them hard conversations and then heavy meetings should be more around the new moon, because the new moon is about new beginnings and about the possibility of setting new seeds to sow. So, the full moon is when we want to be gentle with ourselves, because we're already internally, emotionally dealing with a lot. So that's just a tip over the next, day or two, especially around Easter. Okay, so there's a little bit of insight about the moon. All right, now the message from Mother Mary is boundaries. I am clear and honest with others about my expectations. And it's quite interesting with cards. It happened yesterday when I picked up the deck. I picked it up and picked a card, and I wasn't quite sure how to pronounce it. So I put it back in the deck and I went, okay, we'll shuffle it again. And then this is before I started, filming. And then the card fell out on the floor, and it was the same card, and I sort of sat with it. And I'm not the best speller in the world, and I wasn't quite sure if I was going to pronounce it right. And I went, no, we'll put it back in the deck because I don't want to look like an idiot. And then yesterday, and when I pulled the card, it was exactly the same card 3 times. So, with the cards, if they want to tell you something, they will. And even today, I picked this deck up, and it's boundaries. And this one fell on the floor, and I picked it up and went, no, that's not it. So I put it back in the deck, and I went, that's obviously for me, because I know myself, especially with the boys being home and Xbox and that sort of stuff. Boundaries is really important for everyone, and we need to set boundaries. But I put the card back in the deck and I shuffled and I got the same card. So it's amazing how it's an instrument. This is a tool that I use to help others. And it just amazes me. And I work in this space. So boundaries. I am clear and honest with others about my expectations. So boundaries are expressing to others what you feel you need. And once you set them boundaries and people understand it, it's easier for everyone. It's a bit like children, and we're all children at heart. None of us really grow up that much. We think we do, but we don't. So it's when you set boundaries for your children, don't go across this line because it's dangerous. Don't touch the stove because it's hot. Some children will still touch the stove because that's how they learn, feel and touch. Mummy said not to touch it because I'm going to burn myself, and I didn't, so I'm not going to touch it again. But I think for yourself is setting them healthy boundaries for you to help you stay centered and calm. Because when people are upsetting you because they've crossed their boundaries, then you need to make them aware of that in a lovely way. You can always say things in a nice way. So remember to speak from the heart and set your boundaries. Look after you and then look after your loved ones. But be clear and honest. Clear is simple words that others understand. If they don't understand it, they're not going to do it. So whether this is home, whether this is work, make sure they're clear and you ask them what their understanding of your boundaries are. When you ask someone their understanding of boundaries, it will be exactly what they think you're saying. So double check and be honest. Don't beat around the bush. Just be nice about it and be honest and say, this is why I'm setting up these boundaries and this is why I feel we need to do this. Because with expectations, it's very hard for people to reach your expectations because they're not you. So don't ever expect that. Set goals and, clear goals. But with expectations, you got to explain to people what you want clearly and honestly and from the heart. And then they'll figure it out. So remember, boundaries, be clear, honest for yourself and for others. So that's a tip from Mother Mary to you and all of us and to myself about staying strong and healthy, having healthy boundaries. Have a wonderful day, everyone. From Mother Mary, my mother, or the heavens and the angels and myself, sending you so much love and blessings and support. Take care. Bye for now.